How's it going, everybody? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's video we're going to be covering the upcoming events in Pokemon Go. These videos have been doing pretty good on the channel recently, so I decided to just keep it going, and there's a lot to talk about. Some new events, some new leaks that we just got for February, so with that being said, let's go and jump straight into it. Okay, before we jump into the new upcoming events, I want to actually talk about the Precious Pals event, which is currently ongoing in Pokemon Go. I didn't really get a chance to talk about this event on the channel, so I wanted to quickly go over it right now. This will be taking place from January 20th at 10 a.m. to January 25th at 8 p.m. local time. Now, as most of you probably know by now, we got the debut of Shiny Fidough during this event, which actually is going to be Shiny boosted from the egg pool, and that's going to be from 2km eggs. This Pokemon is also available in the wild, but it is actually pretty rare. There's also going to be a Shiny boost on Goldeen in the egg pool, but once again, we don't really know what the Shiny boost in eggs typically is, so I wouldn't go in expecting to get these Shinies. That said though, Goldeen is also going to be Shiny boosted in the wild, and this Pokemon specifically almost never comes back to Pokemon Go, so really take advantage of this opportunity to potentially get yourself a Hundo and the Shiny form for this one. So again, the Shiny boost in the wild is most likely going to be 1 out of 128 on Goldeen, and then from the egg pool we don't really know, but it is Shiny boosted, and it does also contain some other pretty good Pokemon like Togepi, Happiny, and Riolu. And Riolu is a really good Pokemon when evolved into Lucario, so yeah, the 2km eggs during this event are definitely worth hatching, and I almost never say that. Most of you who have watched my videos for a while now know that I really don't like hatching eggs in Pokemon Go, but this 2km egg pool actually looks pretty good, so definitely try to take advantage of those eggs during this event if you can. Now, there is actually one more thing that I would like to talk about in regards to this event, and that's going to be the additional hearts with your buddy. You're also going to get additional Candy XL when walking with your buddy, which is pretty nice, so if you have any Pokemon you want to farm Candy XL on, it's going to be a great time to really take advantage of that with Poffins. This event is super good if you love the buddy feature in the game, or if you're working towards that Platinum medal, or even if you just have a bunch of Poffins that you haven't really been using in game, because most of the time, I mean, if you don't really care that much about the buddy feature, those are just going to sit in your bag. Now, typically the buddy heart meter is going to be at 3 hearts if you battle with your buddy, if you walk with your buddy, and then also if you feed your buddy treats. Now, if you have a Poffin, this doubles to 6 hearts, but all the other ones are actually just going to be 1 heart and then 2 hearts if you actually use the Poffin. But during this event, they actually increased all of the other mechanics to 3 hearts and then 6 hearts with the Poffin. So for example, something like walking a route or spinning a new Pokestop is now 6 hearts in total if you have a Poffin active and 3 hearts if you don't. That's actually pretty good. It means you can actually farm a ton of buddy hearts during this event, and let me tell you this right now, this feature is quite tedious in game. I only recently got into the habit of actually doing my buddies and getting best buddies in game, and that's just thanks to my friend who's like super obsessed with this feature. Next up, I want to go over something really important to start doing right now before the upcoming Team Grow Rocket Takeover event on the 23rd of January, and that's going to be to actually make it tagged for all the Pokemon that you want to TM Frustration on. You'll most likely catch a bunch of Shadow Pokemon during that event where you will want to TM Frustration on them, but going into this event, it would be great to actually start preparing for that right now, and that way you can just remove Frustration on all those Pokemon right when the event starts. Otherwise, I am going to have some videos that I'm going to be working on very soon for the upcoming Rocket event and the best Rocket grunts to actually pay attention to moving forward. That video will most likely be out on either the 22nd or the 23rd as soon as that information becomes available in the earliest time zone. So stay tuned for that, and if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and turned the bell notification on, definitely make sure to do that as well. Next up, let's talk about the upcoming Dynamax Ho-Oh Raid weekend, and that's going to be taking place on January 31st and February 1st from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. So this is going to be a typical max battle weekend, just like the one that we had back in November for Lugia. So we're going to get a free timed research starting on January 26th. This will get you some additional max particles to use during the max battle weekend, and you're also going to get a Dynamax Kabuto from it. I believe in total you're going to get 1500 max particles, and the tasks to complete are actually pretty easy. It's just like win 5 max battles, so you should be able to get that done throughout the week. Now, over the weekend, you're also going to have the MP collection limit raised to 1600. You're going to get 8 times MP from Power Spots. Power Spots are going to refresh more frequently, and it's also going to be 1/4 adventure distance for the MP, which means instead of walking 2 kilometers to get 300 MP, it's only going to be 0.5. Now, if you would like to get the event ticket for $5, I think this one is worth it. You're going to get a paid timed research, which is going to get you 6400 MP, 25,000 experience, and you're also going to get these following bonuses: 2 times experience from max battles, and increased Candy and Candy XL from 5-star max battles, which essentially is just going to be the Dynamax Ho-Oh. Now, of course, we have to ask ourselves, during this Ho-Oh max battle weekend, is it actually worth picking up and powering up Dynamax Ho-Oh? And the answer is yes, but also no. So let me explain this one in more detail. So first of all, I mean, with your free MP, yes, you should at least be going out to use those. Getting the paid event ticket, I feel like if you want to get the shiny Dynamax Ho-Oh, then yes, you should definitely pick that one up as well. Or if you want to farm experience, it's going to be a great time to actually do that as well with the increased experience you're going to get from max battles. It is crazy OP when you actually factor in how much experience you're going to be getting. So yeah, if you still need to farm experience for level 80, definitely make sure to take advantage of these during this event. Now when it comes down to usability for Ho-Oh in max battles, there really isn't going to be any. Dynamax Ho-Oh doesn't have access to a 0.5 second fast move to start things off. And second, you have much better fire type attackers to use in the max battle system, so really Dynamax Ho-Oh, I mean, at best, is just going to be a Pokemon that you can drop in power spots to farm candy, but here's the thing, right? Ho-Oh is actually quite good in the Open Master League, so you do actually want to do these if you don't actually have the Hundo yet. And in the Raid/Gym meta, you don't really want to use this Pokemon, so again, like, you're looking for 2207 during this event. If you happen to get that and you got the Hundo Dynamax Ho-Oh, that's amazing. Now, during this event, Ho-Oh, to my knowledge, isn't going to have access to Sacred Fire, so that will require an Elite TM to get it, which again, if you happen to get the Hundo, you may as well go for it. Now, during that weekend as well, we're also going to have Vulpix Community Day featuring Kanto and Alolan Vulpix. So this will be taking place from 2 to 5 p.m. on February 1st. And from this event, we're going to have 3-hour incense like normal. The special bonus is going to be 3x catch experience. Because this is going to be a normal comm day, we're going to have the 2x catch candy as well as a 2x chance to receive extra large candy from catching Vulpix. You're going to get 5 free snapshots, and then you're also going to have an additional special trade during this event. You can also evolve the featured Pokemon to get their special moveset up to 4 hours after the event ends, so that's going to be until 9 p.m. And then when it comes down to the lure module mechanic during this event, lure modules will last for 1 hour instead of 30 minutes, and then these will actually last until 9 p.m. And if you are able to get a Vulpix from a lure module, it can actually have a special background. But what's actually really cool is that since Piplup Comm Day during this year, you have a chance to get a special background from pretty much any encounter. It's just like a really small chance. So if you just happen to catch a Vulpix in the wild, like even if it's not from a lure module or it's from your incense, you still have a chance to get a special background from that. But there are going to be field research tasks that can actually get you guaranteed special backgrounds, so make sure to pay attention to those. They're typically the more difficult ones, like catch 50 Pokemon, catch 5 Pokemon while in a party, stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I would say that ever since they introduced that mechanic, it's been a lot of fun. Now, given that there are going to be 2 different forms available during this event, does that mean that they're also going to get 2 different legacy movesets? And the answer is yes. So when it comes down to the Kanto Ninetales, this is going to get access to Energy Ball as a charge move, and then for the Alolan Ninetales, this is going to get access to Chilling Water as a charge move. In the future, if you want to get these movesets, you will have to use Elite TMs, and then when it comes down to their overall meta relevance, honestly, I would just pick up IV spreads for both the Great League and the Ultra League on both variants. Even if they're not super good right now in PvP, you definitely want to pick these up because the meta always changes like every 3 months. And so if it does end up becoming really good, which does actually happen a lot of times, even when the Pokemon isn't good on its release, I mean, you're going to be glad that you actually had these ready to go. Now, currently in Great League, without Energy Ball and without Chilling Water on Alolan Ninetales, both of these Pokemon do rank in the top 100, so just keep that in mind. They're very, very good. Now, like usual, there's also going to be a special research ticket available for $2. This is going to get you a Star Piece, an Incense, 3 Silver Pineapple Berries, 1 Raid Pass, 1 Rocket Radar, and then at the end of every page, you're going to get a guaranteed special background. So when it comes down to it, I think Vulpix Comm Day is going to be a great time to play. Not only will you have Dynamax Ho-Oh Raid Weekend taking place at the same time, so it's a nice overlap, and you're definitely going to have people out there, but both of the, variants here are meta relevant for PvP. So, I mean, yeah, it's a great event. And then we get 3x catch experience, the extra special trade. All around, Sunday, February 1st is looking like a pretty good day to play Pokemon Go. Next up, let's quickly talk about the upcoming events that are going to be taking place next season in Pokemon Go. So we're going to have the following Comm Days on March 14th, April 11th, May 9th, and May 16th as a Comm Day Classic. So the only one that I can actually predict here is probably going to be Score Bunny on March 14th, just following the pattern that we've had for the last couple of years. And then we're also going to have some other events taking place. So there's going to be a seasonal event from March 7th to March 9th. There's going to be a Research Day on March 21st, a Max Battle Day on March 28th, a Raid Day on April 4th, a Hatch Day on April 18th, another Max Battle Day on April 25th, so I'm kind of glad that we're seeing at least one of those every single month now. Then we're going to have a Shadow Raid Day on May 2nd, which means we're most likely going to have a Team Go Rocket Takeover sometime between the end of April and the start of May, and then we're going to have a Raid Day on May 23rd. So a lot of exciting events to actually look forward to here. Whatever they end up being, you know, the Max Battle Days are always super good to farm experience and Stardust. The Hatch Days can be pretty fun just given the boosted shiny rate on Egg Pokemon. I believe it's like 1 out of 10, so it's super good. The Raid Days can be really fun. The Shadow Raid Days, just with the Team Go Rocket Takeovers, can be really good. So we'll definitely have a good amount of time between the next Team Go Rocket Takeover, which I'm actually pretty happy about. I just hope that the team leader rotation is as good as the last one that we just had. Now finally, to end things off for this video, I want to go over a couple of leaks that were just recently data mined from the Pokemon group. So we're going to have 3 upcoming events. We're going to have the Catch Mastery event for Oricorio. This is going to be taking place on February 7th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. local time. Now I really hope that we get all the different forms for this Pokemon during this event, no matter what region you're in, but I kind of have this feeling that we're most likely just going to get the form that's available in our respective region, which would be quite disappointing, but let's be real here. With the way that they've been handling Fulbebe, I kind of feel like that's going to happen for Oricorio, which honestly doesn't make this event super good, but if they make all the forms available with increased shiny odds, this event could actually be amazing. Next up, we're going to have the Raid Day taking place on February 14th. As many people might have expected, it's going to be Enamorus, but not just Enamorus Therian form. Last year we had the Incarnate form, and this year we're going to have the Therian form, which actually makes it one of the best fairy type attackers in the game. We don't have the stats for it just yet, but I'll definitely cover this more in detail very soon. But yeah, I can tell you this right now. I mean, just, you know, in relation to all the other Therian forms that we've had in game, for example, like Thunderous Therian form, Landorus Therian form, the Therian form is the one that actually makes it super good. So, Enamorus Therian form going to be probably one of the best fairy type attackers in the game. Definitely a raid day that you do want to participate in, and we'll most likely have the shiny form available as well. And then on the following day, we're going to have a Max Battle Day for Gigantamax Meowth, which would be pretty exciting. No real meta relevance for this Pokemon, but again, a great time to really just take advantage of the bonuses, the increased Stardust, the increased experience. I mean, you just get so much from doing a Gigantamax raid, so for anybody who's kind of low on Stardust right now, definitely make sure to mark this one in your calendars, because it's going to be a great day to really take advantage of those extra bonuses. Anyways, that pretty much covers everything I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your own thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you do want to check out some more content in the meantime, I'm going to recommend these 2 videos next.